Alright everybody, Serpent Cobra fixed up, back out here, and we are on 6S. 6S. Sweet. Yeah, hopefully we're not going to have a similar experience that we did last time, except for the performance of the truck. Hopefully stays the same, but my driving skills, I'm hoping, are a little bit better this round. Now, it was slightly difficult to find a shock plastics kit for this thing. A-Main didn't have any so yeah, A-Main didn't have any parts for this thing, unfortunately. Well, the parts that I needed anyways. So I had to kind of browse the web a little bit and find some, but I found them, got them here quick, and as you can see, I got it fixed and back out here. It is bleeding a lot to the front, so I might have to tune that center diff. And it's not overly faster than it was on 4S. It's definitely got more power, but as far as speed wise, I don't think it's much faster. But it's definitely got good power. And like I said, it does have a relatively small pinion as well. I think it's got a 15 tooth on a 2000 kV motor, so I could easily go up 4 or 5 teeth on that and make this thing rip like crazy. All in all, for a ready to run, I mean, you know, it is a little bit more than a Creighton or Talion or whatever. Part support is not nearly as good, but this does have upgrades, and you can find parts for it. So all in all, I think this thing, as long as it holds up, is going to be a very, very solid ready to run kit. Because I mean, I am uber impressed with the performance of this thing. The suspension setup, the tires, the quality, and I will tell you from bending back that that rear shock tower, I'll tell you right now, from bending that thing back, it is tough. I mean, it took a serious hit to bend it how it did. You guys saw it, and yeah, hammering it back, I actually had to use a legitimate metal hammer. I wasn't able to bend it back with just my rubber mallet. So what I did was I set a cloth under it, and on top of it, put it on my concrete garage floor and just beat it till it was straight. Oh no! Got away from me there. Yeah, I think next time I bring it out, I think I'll go ahead and put a 17 or 18 tooth pinion on it and see how it performs. It's nice and cool today, but we'll go ahead and get temps also at the end of this, so that we can see how much room we have to play with. I'm pretty sure it's not even gonna be barely warm. Man, this thing is just nice. It's just nice. It's an awesome driving experience. It rips. It's got good power, good servo. I mean, Serpent did good with this thing. I might have to get the kit just to see if it's like how much better than this it is, because this thing is solid. Look at that. I mean, I'm gonna have to get a speed reading on this thing too, because this thing definitely rips. Very, very impressed with this thing. Just the whole setup of it. It's a pleasure to drive this thing. It's not hard at all to drive this thing, except for my goofy style that I hold my transmitters. I'm tracking a little bit left due to my... There we go. Yeah. Now we're tracking perfectly straight. Cool. That's one of the downfalls about the way I hold my transmitter, is that they have the buttons on the side where I use my throttle finger. So last time I was out here, I kept trimming the steering and all that stuff. This is a crazy awesome ready to run. I mean, I'll let you guys know exactly what I think of it after the testing and the full review and everything, but I mean, this thing is just killer out of the box. Very, very, very well set up. Like I said, it's just a pleasure to drive it. It drives perfect. Great suspension. Responsive servo. Tires are awesome for out here. It's waterproof too, so if I wanted to get it wet, it would be no problem. I'm happy the people are kind of leaving me alone, letting me do my thing. That's cool. Thank you, people. Got overran for a little bit when I was driving the Hyper. I made it. I wasn't even full throttle. For this responsiveness, I mean, that's difficult to go through there, bouncing around left to right and everything, and this thing just handled that like it was nothing. And handled that like it was nothing. Man, I completely missed that. We got any damage going on? No, looks fine. One of my battery cables came loose, I think. Oh, no worse for the wear other than one of my battery cables came loose. I'm gonna say right now, I am not a fan. I went ahead and changed everything. All of my 2 and 3S packs, I changed them all to XT60s. And I will tell you right now, I'm not happy I did that. I do like them better than the T connectors. But as far as being happy with them, I'm not. I wish I would have just went all XT90s, and I might actually do that. This thing is awesome. It just handles all of this stuff so nicely. I mean, I guess this is what you get when you get like a, you know, when you actually put out the money and get something from a company like Serpent or Techno, you know, that's in the racing industry. Oh, dang. Chunk out of the earth. One thing I do know, that wing is tough. But yeah, if you go ahead and put out the money and get something from an established race company, I think your money is most likely going to be well spent. Do a couple more jumps with this guy, and like I said, we'll go we'll throw a bigger pinion in it and see how it performs. But this thing is just blown me away, absolutely blown me away. I can't believe how strong that wing mount is. I literally can't believe how strong it is. Thing has taken three pretty decently hard hits, and it is still good to go. The only thing I would say about this negative as of right now is that I don't like how much the rear squats. I'm okay with the rear squatting, but the rear on this squats kind of a lot, so I might think about either threading those collars down a little bit more than they are, or maybe even going with a thicker weight oil. This thing is awesome out of the box, just set up beautifully. Everything about this truck is just screams performance. I am super happy with this right now, and like I said, we'll up the pinion just a little bit, a couple teeth, and see if we can't get a little more legs out of this guy. So the ESC, not even warm 80. That's pretty awesome. And let's check out the old motor here, 2000 kV, 6S, and the hottest part I can see on it is 122. That is absolutely amazing. I was ripping around on 6S for days. All right, everybody, thumb up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. Stay tuned to K.O.R.H Off-Road Hobbies. Subscribe if you're new here. Check out that description. There's a bunch of cool stuff down there. Become a patron, get some rewards, and help support the channel. It's all good, everybody. Until the next video, we'll see you then. Peace.